Hey guys, welcome to a With Friends episode of Unjuggle the Struggle. Today, my special guest is Jessica Krewson. She is the founder and the mastermind behind DesignKrew, and I'm going to have her tell you all about it. But what I just want to say, Jessica, first off, thank you for being here. And the other thing that I want to say is just I so appreciate the way that you just walked right on up to me we were at the Powerhouse Women event, and immediately it was just like, well, what are you here for? What are you here for? And Jessica had to remind me about this, but my answer was that I was at that conference looking for a running mate. And ever since I met you back in August, like you have been the definition of a running mate. And she just keeps showing up in wonderful ways, like the biggest cheerleader, the person who isn't afraid to say, hey, Britt, have you thought about this? And even to just keep serving so well. She's constantly like, hey, I think, what if we did it this way? Or, hey, could I help you do this? And so I love you for that. So thank you for being on the podcast today. I cannot wait to get into this.
It's my absolute pleasure. And thank you so much for having me. Love being here.
You're so welcome. Okay, so you do your introduction. Tell us a little bit about who we're talking to today.
Yeah, so I am Jessica Krewson. I own DesignKrew, which is a boutique digital marketing agency in Los Angeles. I've been doing this since about 2010, long time ago, long time ago. So almost a little over 15 years. Before TikTok even existed. Thank you very much. Not to date myself, but here we are. And I've seen all kinds of fluctuations in marketing strategy, economies, all kinds of things. And I've served hundreds of business owners, service-based and product-based business owners. And I just really love what I do. I call it arts and crafts for big kids because we are constantly creating and making beautiful things for our clients, but primarily focused in social media strategy, marketing, management, etc. So that's the business. As far as me, you can usually, if I'm not working, you can find me meditating, hanging out with my husband, my friends, cooking, traveling, drinking copious amounts of coffee. It is my vice. So that's a little bit more about me, but I'm sure we'll get into even more stuff throughout this podcast.
So good. So good. You can just tell like you're so passionate about your business. Have you always had an entrepreneurial spirit?
Oh my gosh, such a good question. Yes. So my brother would have baseball games every single Sunday, and I had to go. I was younger than him. And in order to keep myself occupied, I would make these like little stationery sets and try and sell them at my brother's baseball games every single Sunday. Loved all those. Shout out to those parents if you happen to be listening to this that bought those really janky little things that I put together. But yeah, I think it's kind of always been in my blood, and I've just always enjoyed creating and seeing how I can serve and help other people. And honestly, just maybe a little too rebellious to be in a 9-to-5.
I'm starting to understand when people say that. Like I'm slowly starting to feel that in my bones. And I love the way too that you found this just this creative space and to tap into that, and then to really a lot of stuff I talk about, like monetize the passion, like monetize the creativity, and so beautiful. Now you talked about doing all of the things, you know, that you love meditating and you're running this business. Like, how do you balance it all?
Such a great question. I think, this is what I'm really working through and working on. And I've heard this before, and I agree with this concept. There's really no such thing as balance. Like not everything is going to exist in equal parts at all times. Sometimes the focus fluctuates into business building, and sometimes it's like, okay, let me really make sure I'm handling, family and or being with family. Like for example, we have holidays coming up at the time of this recording, so that's going to take precedent. Or if you just kind of have to, I feel I'm learning, like you have to kind of go with the flow of life. And it's not always going to be put into perfect little boxes. Actually, hardly ever is it that way. So, for example, just this last weekend, I had this dead set plan of I'm going to work out, I'm going to go grocery shopping, I'm going to meal prep for my week ahead. And then my in-laws call, and we happen to be right in the middle of cooking dinner. And it was like, you know what? Come over, like have dinner with us. Let's be together. And I always do the rocking chair test. Like, am I going to be sitting in my rocking chair when I'm 80 years old and thinking I should have meal prepped more? Probably not. I'm probably going to be thinking, I'm really grateful that I took those moments and that time to be with the people that I love and care about. So the plan somewhat got derailed, but what was in replace of it was far more rewarding than any kind of structure I could have made up in my mind.
Yep. The rocking chair test. I have not heard of that one. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yep.
Sitting there. And also too, like, and this is something that I've talked about with other high achievers, where it's like, okay, but we want to do all of the things. We want, we want to be the best at them too. Like we want to, if we said we were going to get our workout in, we want to get the workout in. If we said we were going to meal prep, we want to get the meal prep in. And even cause I'm putting myself in your shoes right now, cause I've had, same situations come up where you're like, man, but these were the things I wanted to get to. Mm-hmm. How do you, if you're sitting in your rocking chair, you're like, man, I want to prioritize that connection. Is that feeling enough of like, hey, I prioritize connection? Is that enough so that you don't feel guilt for not getting?
I'm not a big fan of guilt as
guilt's not
emotion
fun
whatsoever, but I do understand like that it can arise. Here's what, and you mentioned high achiever. Like sometimes I feel not like my own worst enemy is this concept of the ideal self, but really what's helped me navigate those types of things is I've learned this from an accountability coach at one point. It's like, what's the minimum viable input that I can do right now? If I can't do, for example, the 45-minute strength training and 20 minutes of walking after, okay, well, what's my minimum viable where in my own soul, I can be like, okay, that was good. I stayed in integrity and I did the thing I said I was going to do. I may have not done the whole thing, but it's like at minimum, this is what will make me feel good. I did that today. Like I needed more rest this morning. I listened to my body and I did that. And then I was like, but I really need to get a workout in more for like, physical, sure, but also mental health and just, I needed a sweat. And I was like, okay, let me go walk on the treadmill for 30 minutes, minimum viable. And let me tell you, like the person I was before I went and the person I was after, two completely different people. Totally and I got the rest that I needed. It's just really knowing kind of what those things are for you. If you can't do the 100 outreach in your sales in one day, what's, I break it down minimum viable. I do good, better, best. Like if I hit good, we call it a win and we celebrate that win. That's really helped me navigate those types of this or that's.
Mm-hmm. The working out one is what comes up for me. It's come up for me for so long, and it really wasn't until, goodness gracious, August, September. I think it was September that I was like, okay, no, I'm going to change my minimum viable. Like what is it that's going to feel good? And so it was part changing my minimum, which is like, hey, if I can't do weights, if I can't do anything else, like minimum is 1 mile a day. Walk it, run it, crawl it, whatever. 1 mile a day, because it's like, it's just 20 minutes. It's just 20 minutes. And what else? I mean, think about how many different things in my day I could spend 20 minutes easily doing. This is 20 minutes for my house. This is 20 minutes where I'm doing what I said I was going to do. This is 20
Yes.
minutes where I know this will matter. And then it's the craziest thing what happens, right? All of a
Yep.
sudden, 20 minutes on the days where it can turns into 40. And you're
Sure.
like, this
Keep
feels
going.
so good.
Yeah. Sometimes you
I
just
also
need to put your socks and your shoes on. Like put
just
the
yeah.
socks and the shoes on and leave the house. And then like I also work out in the morning for this very reason. Like I always joke, I'm like too dumb to realize what I'm actually doing. Like I'm not awake enough to talk myself out of it. So I'm like, but just put my, and I've literally said this to myself. I mean, if we're gonna keep on the workout trains, like if I just put on my workout clothes, then you can decide whether you're going or not. And of course, your mind's like, well, we already have the clothes on. We might as well just go. So same thing, like open the email, start typing, dear so-and-so. And it's like, and then if you don't want to keep going, don't keep going. Turn on the camera, start talking and filming a reel. And if you like really, really need to stop after that, but chances are you're already 5 to 10 seconds in, you've already overcome whatever, reptilian brain thing that's telling you not to. You're already winning in my book.
Yeah. Same. Yep. It's such a real thing. Well, and then it's that momentum that becomes contagious, right? So it starts with like, hey, I'm just going to get my shoes on. Then that turns into something else. But then before you know it, you're looking or this is exactly what happened to me. I started with hey, I'm just going to do a mile a day. And then before you know it, I was like, you know what? On Mondays and Wednesdays, I'm going to aim to do weights. Like, oh, okay. So then all of a sudden, before you know it, this structure starts taking place in my week. And I recognize that first off, the more I could remove any negotiation time, just like what you were saying, like I'm too dumb to negotiate with myself. Like whatever it took, any time I could remove having to make the choice.
Yeah.
Which sounds so crazy. You're like, this is nuts. Why are you removing choices?
It's so true though. Like the word decide means to cut. Cut all other options out. So if you've already made the decision, it's a very like it can be a very subtle thing. Make the decision, and then you don't even need to think about it anymore. It's already been, and you burn the boats. I often say, like, burn the boats. We're setting sail. We're going on our adventure. We've landed on the island. Burn the boats. There's no going back. Like
there's no going back. Okay, but then, and this is what I do here, like devil's advocate. I'm like, but wait a second. Structure, so good. It creates opportunity and it creates space for balance and or for us to get those high achiever like goals that we want to do.
Yeah.
But especially for someone like you, and I think you'll receive this well because you said this about you, like you are hyper creative.
Yeah.
So how does like a hyper creative, how does like operating in that structure feel? What does that look like for you?
It goes back and forth. Sometimes I love some structure. And sometimes I'm like, I need freedom. And how do I unjuggle the struggle with that? I'll say, here's just a block of time for movement, or here's just a block of time for sales or marketing. And then if I'm feeling like I need that space, then it's like, okay, then you get to do whatever you want but it's still during that block of time. And that has kind of created a nice, where I'm still holding space for the thing to happen, but how it happens is where I can kind of let the creativity be. And then the key is being good with whatever you end up producing or creating in that time.
Yeah. Oh, that's so key. It's wild the amount of games that we have to play with ourselves.
Just to keep us going. Well, totally. I mean, the human brain is designed to protect us and conserve energy.
Yeah.
And like, and if everybody could do it, they would, you know, type
Yeah.
of thing. So it's like, you have to be a little bit of a rebel. Like I mentioned before, like you need to rebel out of comfort and conformity
Mm.
and say, you know what, I'm going to do what's a little maybe uncomfortable for like 5 seconds. Sometimes
So
literally
good.
it's only 5 seconds, and to get where I actually say I want to go. And then I also examine if I don't do something over a long period of time, maybe I don't really want it. And you
Yeeks,
got to be
that's a
honest
hard
with yourself.
truth.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a hard
Yeah.
truth.
Yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
'Cause,
How do you think this whole idea of like creativity and structure, how does it show up in your business? I mean, for gosh sakes,
ooh,
your social media marketing, like nothing, like everything about that screams creativity, like must be creative up front, but then the way I'm sure on the back end, you answer the question.
yeah, I mean, you're like already dove headfirst into it. It's funny how structured it actually is. This is why I kind of like it so much, or love it so much, is that it's really a great balance of both. All growing up, I like had
Mm.
multiple teachers and mentors to tell me like, you're both very left brain and very right brain. And I was like, I hate that. Can I just be a full on artist or just love spreadsheets? Can I just talk like have one? No, you're both. Okay.
Yeah.
And then using that now as a superpower is like, I can create structure of like consistency, systems to make it easier, not only for myself, but for my clients. And then the creativity comes in like what actual messaging and content and branding and like cool video editing and like, oh, why don't we like you mentioned the very beginning, it's like, why don't you try this? Why don't you try that? Because I've either seen this work somewhere else or this is just perfect for you and your brand and so on and so forth. So I do like that there's like a real cool balance that happens.
This blend. Do you ever feel like the structure that you've like the structure and the systems that you've put in place in your business, does it ever suffocate your creativity?
In that capacity, no, I think it fuels it. Like,
Mm,
I think of it, I love the metaphor of like, in order to hold water, you need a container. And so for me, these systems that I put into place in my business and or that I teach and share with my clients are like, it's giving you that container to pour all of your creativity into. Otherwise, that liquid just goes everywhere, you know,
it goes
and there's no
everywhere.
strategy or like it's not being funneled into the right direction. So in this case, I think sometimes structure that works for you and you have to figure out what that is, can really help that creativity and sense of freedom flourish.
Yes. Yes. Isn't it? It's the structure that actually fuels the
Mm-hmm.
freedom. It
Mm-hmm.
makes it just like you're saying with the water in the container. It actually makes it possible to do those things.
Exactly. That's really, for
Mm,
me at least, I'm curious what you think about this. Is like, that's just like always a gut check for me. Like,
yeah.
do I feel, and taking the time to ask, like, do I feel suffocated or do I feel like, oh, I can now be more open to receive more? I can see opportunity here. Like, and just do those gut checks all day long.
All day long. How often
Mhm.
do you think you do gut checks?
Well, when things are going a little awry, I'll be like, maybe I should do a gut check right now. And I could see, because it's funny, I've learned know thyself, right? I've definitely learned that if things aren't feeling like they're progressing forward, I start to get frustrated. And that's usually
Mhm.
because I'm not making a decision and I'm not
Mm.
moving forward on something, whether that's like hiring someone, firing someone, I'm trying to think, doing like something that's been on my heart and then I'm just not executing and I'm like letting other like, tactical things get in the way. So it's good to like know thyself. And if you have a tell, like figure out what your tells are.
Yeah.
We're really getting into like business, like structured and like how I psychologically manage my business. But yeah, it's like you got to know what your tell is of when you're getting in your own way. And
Yeah.
then you can do something about it.
If you're willing to get honest.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you're willing to really look at it, or if you continue to sit there and struggle through it, which
Yeah.
I'm saying, speaking from experience, like there are
Yeah.
things right now that I continue to choose the hard way on, and the struggle, even though my tells are there, my triggers are there, and you're just like,
Mhm.
oh, but is that so for me, it's like, okay, am I choosing the struggle because I'm choosing to believe I don't have the resources? I don't have
Mhm.
the time. I don't have the right. And something my husband and I were just talking about recently is like, man, there's always going to be excuses and reasons.
Mhm.
So which one are you going to choose?
Yeah. Do you want
So,
your
yeah.
possibility or do you want your
Mm-hmm.
excuses?
Mm-hmm.
You have to
Mm-hmm.
really let possibility win every single time.
Yes, I think, and that because you shared a little bit about your story with me,
Mhm.
even earlier. I think it was earlier this year, potentially. Like there was a moment in your business where it wasn't going the way you had hoped. Do you want to talk about
Yeah,
that?
let's get into it, as the influencers say. Yeah, so earlier this year, 2025 has been exciting. So
Yeah.
let's keep that frame of thinking. So earlier this year, we had this like really wonderful big client, and they decided to bring people in house, so they didn't want to work with an agency anymore. Which this happens.
Yeah.
Usually they like learn all the tactics and strategies from us, and then they're like, "Oh, we could do this in house."
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Anyway, so
Oh, bye.
they left our roster. That's fine. That's business. But also within like the same 2 weeks, my like right hand woman, project manager, ops manager, also moved on and quit. And so this was a blow for me personally. And of course, I grew a lot from it all, but it was tough. It was challenging. And it kind of made me have to dig in and say, what do I really want this business to look like? And how do I want it to operate? And what do I want my life to look like in conjunction with that? And these were albeit when I'm saying it right now, seems like easy questions. They were very hard questions, especially because I had run and operated a certain way for
Yeah.
14 years, 15 years. And God had other plans. Like he's like, okay, let's rejigger this a little bit for you and break down some roles and some identities and things like that. And I'm like, okay, I'm down. If you think if this is what you think I need,
Okay.
I'm gonna go with it. And yeah, so it's challenging. I'm not saying it wasn't hard, but what I ended up getting from it, which was, I mean, that's a whole another hour podcast on its own, but as I really got to restructure the business how I really wanted it to be. And I've been very fortunate. A lot of our business has been word of mouth. And I was just taking on clients, and kind of like building the plane as we were flying it a little bit. And now it's like, okay, with all the wisdom I have now of everything I've built, I can now really focus on like, who do I want to serve? What offers do I want to have? And kind of get the whole thing really streamlined and have some really great boundaries in place and, really build it the way I wanted to build it. And let me tell you, that feels really good. Really, really good. Like on the back end, everything looks very much how I always wish it had looked. And now we're like building from a very solid foundation that feels way more scalable, to be honest.
Which is so good.
Mhm.
It's the whole like sometimes, actually most of the time, you have to go through the breakdown to have
Mhm.
the breakthrough. It sounds
Mhm.
like, yeah, that's kind of what
Yeah.
that looks like. How would you, if you were going to, I don't know if you would break it into a couple different steps, but like if someone found themselves in a position where, yeah, things kind of the rug pulled out underneath them
Mm-hmm.
in their business and they had the opportunity, the possibility to sit there and get themselves to the point where you are now.
Yes.
What could you share with someone in that position?
Oof. Like 8 ideas just flooded into my brain. But one big turn of the corner moment for me, which actually happened not too long ago. So if I can like impart it on you, like at the beginning of whatever you're going through, whoever's listening, but was you're in the big leagues, baby. Like the part of running a business, especially a successful one, is clients are going to leave, things are going to break, employees are going to change their minds, so on and so forth. And that all that really means is that you're doing it, which is so great. Like was like such a reframe for me. Like, okay, look, there's nothing wrong with you. Like
Mhm.
you're not doing it wrong. Even if you're like in a 9 to 5 and in corporate and you're like getting this urge to leave or do something new, like that doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. You're like having a very wonderful, beautiful human experience. And it's
Yeah.
like to listen to the nudges um and I'm I'm sure we can all relate to this. If you don't do it yourself, like the universe is gonna do it for you.
Yep.
So that's kind of what it was. So it was like really cool. So first of all, like reframe it. Like you're nothing's wrong with you. You're on the right track. You know, you're in the big leagues. You're really running a business. You're really doing it. These are just like par for the course. And I was talking to a mentor of mine, and well, we've worked with businesses, and they lose like $1 million client, which my client was not $1 million client, like, and they have to re-navigate after something like that.
Yep.
So it's par for the course. So, which is cool because it's like, okay, it's not like a big boulder, it's a tiny little rock and you can overcome. And then it's like really start asking yourself the questions. What do you want? How do you want it to look? Who do you want to serve? What's the one problem you solve? How do you want to talk about it? And like for me, messaging and branding is not a one-shot thing. Like you don't create it and then you're done. Like it's a very organic thing that you're constantly refining. You're constantly getting to know your ideal client. You're constantly refining how you're talking about how you do your business and like what you stand for. So I hope that answers your question. That was like a really
It
long
does.
answer.
It does. And it's like, it's so good because it's so true. And it's about, I mean, heck, we go back all the way to come full circle with choices. It's the
Mm-hmm.
choice. Like, how do you want to reframe this in a way that is going to serve you, in a way that positions you to keep moving forward? And
Mm-hmm.
you have that choice where you get to stand there and you get to go, client left me, ops manager
Mm-hmm.
left me, and we get to throw a fit and do nothing about it, or at least get ourselves into a place where it feels like, oh, this is happening to me.
Yeah.
Or is it the other choice where it's like, yes,
Yeah.
you know what, heck, I'm gonna celebrate this. It
Yeah.
doesn't feel like celebrating, but I'm gonna celebrate this because it means that I am doing it. I'm actually making my dreams come true, because this is what happens when you're doing it. This is happening for me.
Yeah.
And to
Always.
make that shift.
Not why, but what for. Yeah,
Mhm,
for
mhm.
sure.
And
And
yeah, I love the questions you have too.
then it's multi-layered. Also,
Yeah.
look at the other parts of your life and what gifts are coming from that. For my husband and I have like a whole new level of partnership, and as I like navigated that in my own business, I felt like we got closer. So,
Oh,
and then on top of that, I made new business friends. Hello, Britt. And you know, like that's been such a blessing in my life. And it's
yeah.
so, you know, there's nothing bad happening. Like there's so much good. It's just sometimes you have to like weather that storm, and then you'll see.
There's
All,
so much good.
yeah, so
So
much
good.
gifts, so many gifts, so many gifts.
Oh, so many gifts. Okay, so now tell us. So I know you gave us the overview of your business, but I would like for you to tell us. You've got a free offer for
Yeah.
anybody listening. So just in general, tell us like what you help clients do. Like, what is your
So
I help statement, and
I
then
help.
share your freebie.
I help service-based businesses, women-owned service-based businesses, get more visible online, specifically social media. So getting those face-to-camera videos going, and we do the whole thing. We're done for you, social media. So everything from doing deep dive research on content that'll work for you and your business specifically, to scripting, to editing, to posting, scheduling, and the whole strategy behind it. So you only show up for a very short amount of time. And then we do the rest. And it's like really about taking that off of your plate so that you can be visible online, grow your brand awareness, and also monetize. So visibility isn't vanity, I say. It's how your next client's going to find you. So
Yep, so
yeah.
good. And you mentioned something too about actually getting in front of the camera and like
Mm-hmm.
being visible.
Yes.
And I think it's really important to just share with folks that you have not always been in front of the camera. This is
No.
something that's actually new for you.
Mm-hmm. I wouldn't like not new, but like I was always the kind of behind the scenes lady. I was like, I could do it for my clients all day long, but me, you know. And so I really feel like as of late, some struggle that I've unjuggled is, hey, I'm there, right there with you, getting visible with you, being in front of the camera, teaching what I know, and really helping people understand that like if people don't know about you and you don't talk about what you do and the problems that you solve, how are they ever going to engage in business with you? And I know I'll just be like very real, like I know it's kind of annoying. You're like a professional woman, you're like a lawyer, you're a CPA, you're a coach, you're a consultant, and you're really good at what you do. I'm sure you're listening and like, I know I'm good at what I do. I didn't know I was also going to have to be a content creator.
Yeah.
But that is the age we're in, and talk about reframe. You get to create your own commercials, your own, spots, podcasts, radio spot, all in essence for free, where you used to have
Yeah.
to buy a radio spot, a TV ad,
Mhm.
So we're in a very cool time. And I would really say in the next year, it's going to make and break a lot of businesses. Like if you're not getting visible and you're not being real and authentic, everyone's throwing that word around, but
Yeah.
it people want to go with people that they feel like they know.
They do.
And it takes at least 11 touch points before anyone will even do anything, like comment, whatever. So it's kind of necessary, but like back to my like transition is that like I just, I wasn't practicing what I preached, and I realized
Mhm.
the detriment of that. And something I've been very excited about is, doing my own content and, using the systems that we were already using for our clients very successfully and integrating it into our own business. I always joke like the cobbler's daughter never has shoes. We kind of changed that because it's so important.
It's so important. It's so important, and it's making such a difference for folks like me.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, here I am, and I know that, for instance, I can go to your Instagram page and I can look at, okay, what did Jess just post? And it's going to have like thoughtful content. It's going to be your face So like I'm getting to talk with you as if I'm having like this almost this private session. So it makes me feel so good. And then I get to yeah, basically it's like a not copycat, but it is like to use the stuff that you're posting as an example of like, hey, this is effective in the marketplace.
Yep.
How can I do this in a way that's still applicable in my own business? So
Yep.
I've been going to your page since I met you back in August, and
Nice.
I've picked up your freebies. Your hey, here are your prompts. Like I have done those things, and my account, on top of posting consistently, my account views. I want to say back in August, it was something around maybe like 10 to 12,000 pretty consistently just on the views every 30 days. Now, at the time of this recording, I mean, it's end of November, and I'm consistently getting over 20,000 views.
Yay.
So
Job, lady.
it works, but the visibility is so key. And I do think that if you're going to be a thought leader, if you're going to be preaching about something, you better be practicing it. And that's one of my favorite things about utilizing and leaning in to your expertise, because I see you doing it. The things that you're talking about in your videos, you're doing it. And it's awesome. It's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks.
So good. So good. All right.
Yeah. Go to my page and use whatever I want. And like, that's my whole goal, is to be helpful,
Yeah. It's so good. So tell everybody about one of your freebies that you've got out there.
So we have a new one coming out. It'll be out by the time you're listening to this recording. And just every time I chat with people, is like, oh, your bio is not where it needs to be. And so, this is your Instagram bio is like your new business card. And so we put together a free gift on how to optimize your bio protocol, including what 3 pieces of content you must have on your profile to get people to follow you, to engage with you, and potentially ultimately, slide into those DMs and start a sales conversation. So
awesome. Yeah. So I will include that in the show notes, but then also folks can go to your Instagram page. It's there. What's your Instagram handle?
It's at DesignKrew with a K. So DesignKrew.
DesignKrew. Awesome. All right. So good. Okay. So as we are wrapping up this podcast, I have a tradition here with our With Friends episodes. Okay. So I've got a couple questions. There's 3 parts to this. Okay. So the first part, I talk a lot about quitting the things that are no longer serving us, whatever that means. So when I say that phrase, quitting the things no longer serving you, what comes to mind for you?
Ooh, for me personally?
That is the question.
So good. Real talk, man, is like, don't compare. You just don't, like, there's no other me than me. And so I've really been like, I'll catch it. It's subtle. It still happens where I'll be like on Instagram and be like, that person's in this place in business, why am I, whatever the case may be. So I think that's it's subtle, and it's a lot less than it used to be, but it's, so that's definitely a behavior that I think should go to the chopping block.
Oh, same. It's so crazy for both of us, like, to be so aware of it. And both of us, I know, we're confident women, and we're so both, like, we're so grounded in where we are at in our journeys, and who we want to be and how we want to show up. And so for even us, like, to get trapped, it is subtle. It is so subtle, and it like happens in the back of my mind where, I'll see something on, often it is like business related. It's like, man, she just landed that stage and I'm so excited for her. And at the same time, I'm like, won't. It's the little pity party that happens for me. And what's happening is it's the comparison, and it's crazy. And so, learning to quit that because it ain't serving us. I'm with you, girl.
But I love what you said, if I can just touch on that. It's like all it is showing me what's possible. It's like,
100%.
and what I want, what I desire is like, oh, that I really do. I really am very heavily practicing in this. Is just like switch it right in the moment of, oh, that's just something I want, and she's just showing me it's possible, which is so great.
Yep. I love the switch it in the moment.
Mm-hmm.
In the moment.
It's all we have.
It's all we have. Yes. Okay. Now, the next tradition, so part 2 of this is the guest before you left you a question. Okay. So Laureen Trujillo was my last guest. She is an author. She's got such a big, like, God-loving heart. She just actually started a new role, content, goodness gracious, content strategist, I think, within this nonprofit that she's really excited about. So and at the end of our conversation, she left you this question. If you let go of your fear, what is the biggest God-sized dream that you'd be okay asking for?
This is not a small question.
I know. Listen, I'm telling you, like, I sometimes my questions are like, listen, cats or dogs, okay? But no, Laureen.
Laureen, I love you. Thank you so much for this opportunity. No fear, God-sized thing. I would say, well, part of me like went to, kind of goes into my philosophy, and it's like I want to help serve like thousands and thousands of women who have a big dream and mission on their heart, and however I'm meant to do that, I'm open to. And because my philosophy really is, if I can help another business owner become more visible, and then her clients find her and they heal something, grow something, have a better life because of it, and that just creates a beautiful ripple effect. And so I would really love to do more of that and help and touch more lives that way.
So you would ask for, is it more impact?
More impact.
More impact.
Yeah. Bigger reach.
Bigger reach. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. We have the same heart.
Yeah. That's why we're friends.
That's why we met each other and all the things. I love it. Yeah. Beautiful response. Thank you for that. Okay. And then part 3 means now it's your turn to leave a question for the next guest. Whatever you want.
What limiting belief about yourself do you need to let go of? And in turn, what big, beautiful dream would come true because of it?
Here's the thing. When you ask that question, sometimes it's the question you need the most too. So you have to answer it.
Oh, man.
No, man. But I won't leave you hanging. I'll answer it with you. What self-limiting belief do you need to let go of? And in turn, what dream would come true because of it? Oh,
I want you to answer the question.
You want me to answer first? Oh, what self-limiting belief do you need to let go of? Oh man.
I have mine. Mine is that it's going to be hard. And I can let it be easy. And then the dream that would come true and that impact would happen. And let's just call it as it, like, I'd get paid to be myself.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I put that on a vision board before. That that exact phrase. I get paid to be myself. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure. No, I know it's on a
You
vision
did.
board.
Yeah.
Yep. Paid to be myself 100%. That's a good one. Yeah, that it has to be hard. I think about how much work I've done, like personal work I've done on that whole
Mhm.
limiting belief, because it is. It's like if I didn't earn something, it's almost like, no, I don't like it's harder to receive it if I
Yeah.
didn't earn it.
Yeah.
And so that's been something over the last year. And it's because it's like deeply ingrained thing that, well, only if it's hard is it worth it, right? Like what's it?
Yeah.
It's yeah, and it doesn't have to
Or
be
that
that
the
way.
like hard path is the more noble path. It's not true.
It's not true.
It's not
It's not
true.
true at
Yeah.
all. It's not true
I
at
would
all.
say my biggest leaps in business and in life were like when I was in joy and creativity and flow and receptivity. As a woman, I think we have to remember that, especially.
Gosh, I know I'm gonna have to re-listen to this just for that remind. Like I'm gonna have to edit that reminder and just over and over again because yeah, we need
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need that.
Well,
I think I'm on this. I mean, I think I'm on a similar train with you. Like, what self-limiting belief would I have to let go of? Oh man, I think I would have to let. Oh no, I know what it
that
is.
one.
I
It's the
know.
one
Oh,
that,
dang it! I know
yeah.
what it is. Yep, it's the one I've been working through. So it's like, oh no, I'm okay. I've got this in check. But I just don't know if I'm. I will get the. It is for me. It is for
Today is
me.
the day.
Today is the day.
Today is the
Listen,
day.
I've already grown so much with this one, but the limiting belief is like, well, if I don't do it, it doesn't happen. And
Mm.
for someone who is so faithful, and I've
Mhm.
seen the way that like the times in my life when I just release control for gosh sakes, like God holds me and shows
Yeah.
up every single
Every time.
time.
It
Every
always
time.
is.
So like
That is true.
it's so true. So like where along the way I picked up this like, no, I have to make my life what it is. I have to do this. I have to do this. Well, yes, I know that there is a like beautiful responsibility, like right, to steward the things that we have in our lives. I
Mhm.
think taking that gift of stewardship is different than like
Bearing the
forcing
burden.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So maybe I've got it. I know I have more work to do. I've come leaps and bounds of where I once was, but I have more work to do that the the beautiful things in my life that while yes, perhaps I have a role with them, that it is not by my hand that
Mhm.
things get done, or that it like I don't only, have this ripple effect of this impact that I know so deeply on my heart I'm meant to have in this world.
Mhm.
That doesn't happen because I forced it.
Yeah. Yep. Never.
Yeah. So, see, good
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah. Surrender. Oh,
That
yeah.
surrender piece for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, all right, my beautiful friend. Is there anything else coming up for you anything else on your heart that you want to just bring forth in the moment?
I just feel so happy right now. And I feel so grateful to know you, Brett, and just to be here and have this conversation
Thank you.
with you today. And so I'm just very grateful for you. So thank you.
Thank you. No, I'm so grateful for you. Like I said, I knew the reason that I walked into that room was because I was looking for running mates,
Mhm.
and having
She
the
may she
vision.
means running mates in life, not like we're not actually physically jogging together.
Yeah, God, we are not. Let me tell you what we are not doing: jogging together. That ain't happening. That is not happening.
How long would it take to run from Los Angeles to Denver? I don't know, but
A month. months. It's too far. It's too far. It's too far. But in life, in business, like
Yes.
in friendship,
Yes.
and you just have been this beautiful soul that has created ripple effects in my life, ripple effects in my business
Yeah.
too, and just in my heart. Like, so I so appreciate your friendship. Thank you for coming on today. I cannot wait to see, because we're continuing to work together, guys, on my social media. So there will be a report back too on all of the beautiful things that the Design Crew has done for my social platforms. And so I'm really excited to have that conversation in 2026.
Yes. Oh my God. Can't believe it.
Crazy. All right, guys. Until next time. Bye. Hey, thanks for listening to today's episode. It means the world to me that you're here to ride in the struggle bus with me, and that you're willing to consider different perspectives, tools, and techniques that just might provide a little bit of relief and get you one step closer to the abundance that is available and waiting for us all. I hope you take a moment to grant yourself some grace where you've been denying it, some love where you didn't realize maybe it was right in front of you, and some faith where you thought all was lost. If this episode had an impact on you, would you please share a comment with a review? I'd love to hear what landed for you, and it helps us get the word out to our fellow struggle bus riders. So please review what was impactful for you. Just know these episodes are a pure labor of love in a space where I'm growing alongside you. I'm evolving every day, and I look forward to all the ways and the things and the perspectives and opinions and choices that will change over the course of time in my own life, day to day. Until next time, just know that you are loved, you are divinely cared for, and in the struggle, the journey of this life really is beautiful. I'm glad that we're in it together. Cheers.